Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am James. I'm going to be making a fashion pickups video for you guys. It's mainly going to be stuff from last year and the start of this year since we're only in January still. Without further ado, let's just get into that. So, the first piece that I'd say I bought the start of last year pretty much is the Owen Doc Martens, the jumbo lace version. I do have the original version. This version is way sicker. All that stands out to me the most is like the tumbled leather, which the original didn't have. Was more of the original Doc Martens leather that they use for all their shoes. The jumbo laces are fucking crazy, and I don't know, they just look sick on the shoe. They're way more comfy than the original pair that Rick Owens and Doc Martens put out. They are huge though. The sole is way bigger. It probably gives me about, I'd say, 1.5 inches more of height, which is good. Like, I'm not complaining about that. I got this in a size 12 US men's, and I'm actually a size US 11. I got really lucky and I sniped these off the Doc Martens website when they were still in stock, which is crazy because these pairs are going for like 1,000 USD on Grab right now. So I got a pretty good deal. I paid about $600 Australian for these. I'm pretty sure the US retail value was about $350, which is pretty cheap considering it's Rick Owens, but then again, it is a Doc Martens collab. These are way nicer than the original pair just because they're so much more comfier. They've got a bigger sole. The stitching is pretty much the same. It only has one layer of stitching. The yellow stitches are on the sole on the other pair. It's like a layering of white and yellow stitching. I have seen some people color the stitches in black, which I would not do, so I wouldn't want to ruin the value of the shoes. And honestly, I think the yellow makes the shoe kind of pop out a little bit more. Other than that, these shoes are crazy. I'm so glad I got this pair. So yeah. The second piece I'm going to be showing you guys is this Mastermind collaboration with Hysteric Glamour. I've been trying to get more Hysteric pieces for a while now. The tag on the inside is like, it looks a little bit sus, but there aren't any fakes or bootlegs of this actual t-shirt. The only issue with the Hysteric Glamour t-shirts I find is they're quite thin, and so when you're wearing them, like, they're not the most flattering if they're super thin. They just don't sit as nicely as I'd like it to. But it's just like a crazy yellow t-shirt with some really cool details. My third pickup, I've got a crazy vintage leather bag from Japan. I'm not too sure what kind of leather I actually have on this thing. It's got these really cool eyelets, if you look closely, that are like surrounding the entire piece. If you look closely, there's a zip at the back. All along the sides, it's got these like eyelets that are covered in the entire thing. They're similar to the hardware that's on the front of the bag, but it's a bit different. And it's a cool crossbody bag anyway, because when I put this on, it gives like a nice cinched shape and just sits around your body quite nicely. The cool thing about this bag is the straps do detach if I ever wanted to detach it for whatever reason. I don't think I would. The strap is like the right height. It sits nicely at my hips and it covers my body nicely, but it's a cool vintage bag from Japan. I don't know too much about it. I couldn't find any other like similar bags like this. And I purchased this off Grout. I probably did get a little bit scammed, but it's a nice piece nonetheless. The next piece I have is this Vivienne Westwood Heart Orb belt buckle. It's got the classic OG Vivienne Westwood orb, as we all know. The belt buckle is in the shape of a heart. It's got a really cool branding on the back there and on the actual front of this belt, but it's got Vivienne Westwood embellished into the leather. Now this is kind of an old belt, and I did have to take this to a belt puncher to get another hole punched in just because it didn't fit my waist, because it was quite a big long belt. I've wanted this piece for so long, and it's so cool to finally have this piece in my collection. If you look closely on the actual strap there, there's a little orb there, which is a nice little detail. Like, there's just cool little details all over it, and then of course the Vivienne Westwood embellishment on the silver in the back there. I believe this is probably stainless steel. Considering a lot of Vivienne Westwood's jewelry is made out of brass, unfortunately does tarnish. This shouldn't tarnish because it's a belt. It should be more durable for those conditions since it's being rubbed against someone's waistline all day. I do find it hard to style though, I can't lie. It's quite a statement piece that you wear along your body. But other than that, it's a pretty sick piece. The next piece I have here is the Tiffany Chain. It fits me very tightly. It only just fits me. There's a Tiffany on the front. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna focus on that. This is a really cool piece. This was actually given to me as a gift, so I'm very grateful for that. It's an older piece for sure. There's newer versions of this. I'm pretty sure this is 10, 15 years old. I'm not too sure. Nice 925 sterling silver. Pretty heavy. but pretty light at the same time. Doesn't cause any discomfort when I'm wearing it around my neck during the day. That's pretty much it. Here is my next piece. It is just a Wildcats, I'd say 2/4 sleeve length. It's just a vintage shirt. I needed more vintage pieces. Not much to say about this piece. Got it from a vintage store. Pretty nice. Fits me perfectly. So yeah. Next piece I have is the Margiela GAT in the wine cherry red colorway. They're a really nice pair of shoes. It's got leather and I'd say a suede part of the body. I'm not too sure what the material on the bottom is made out of. It has the infamous replica logo on it. Not much to say about this piece. I needed a pair of like slick shoes that go with everything. These do go with everything, but I do have skinny feet, so they do look a bit weird wearing shorts. They're definitely more flattering when I'm wearing something like a longer set of pants. All my shoes are pretty chunky and black, and it was nice to go for a different colorway, so I'm really glad that I have a shoe in a different colorway. They are a replica of the German army trainer. But yeah, it's got the nice little Margiela numbers on the front there. Not sure if the camera's going to be able to see that. It is quite hard to see. These are really cool pieces. I'm going to be wearing a ton, hopefully. The next piece I have is pretty new. I got it the other day actually. It's the Owens Gimp hoodie in the brown or dust colorway. It's super cool. It has the eyelets on the front, which do look a bit suspicious. I can't lie. It's super thick, it's super comfy. I got this in a size small, and it fits me pretty perfectly. I usually wear a size medium. Like a lot of Rick Owens stuff, it does have a long torso, so it does come down a fair amount. It's a really cool hoodie. I needed the brown hoodie. Most of my closet is either like in between like black, red, and blue. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this hoodie. Now this is one of my favorite boots of all time. These are the Balenciaga Bulldozers boots. These things are crazy. They do come laced up with the tongue up like this. I don't like wearing them like this, so I usually have the tongue down. I feel like when you have the tongue down, you're able to wear them in like things like shorts or like jorts. Gives you more versatility basically. It has the Balenciaga logo on the side of the shoe here, and then it's with these crazy stompers on the bottom. Just a great boot overall if you want a tall, chunky shoe. I'd say these shoes probably give me about 2 to 3 inches of height. I basically wear any of my Rick Owens pants with these, because Rick Owens pants drag so like badly against the floor. I absolutely love these. They remind me of military boots. I do own a pair of Balenciaga strike boots, which are also similar to that military cut. These do have a different shape and silhouette, especially just considering like the sole is so like protrusive and like big. But yeah, these shoes are great. The leather's comfy. They do fucking hurt after like 2 hours of wear though. These things are great for a night out. You want to win the curb stomping competition. But other than that, these shoes are sick. They're one of my favorite pairs of boots, and yeah. The final thing on this list would be this 1994 Wisconsin State Gymkhana sweatshirt. It's got holes in the back, which is funny because it reminds me of the number 9 School of Visual Comedy. The dressing, nothing too special about this piece other than the horse there. Something calm, something simple, goes with pretty much everything in my closet, which is great. It's a very neutral color, I feel like. Now it just started raining, so I don't know if it's going to interfere with the audio. This is my first video on YouTube about fashion. It's really weird talking in front of a camera, but that's pretty much my entire pickup video done. I'm probably going to make a shoe rotation X boots collection video next. I have a fair amount of shoes and boots that I could definitely go through. Yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good day.